there's overhead, there's investments. And, only when there's an investment can there be a return. I hear people make $1,000 their first week, or they make a couple $1,000, they make $500, and the next thing I don't have money to do this, I don't have money to do that. It's sort of like what Rick said. We set people up with the right expectations. We let them know it's a business. There's nothing me and my wife have ever done that's been free. A room key? I've got no idea.
Sorry, guys.
So you know what? What happens is this. We were always taught, see it big, treat it big, it will become big. Remember that? It says, see it big, treat it big, it will become big. The reason why so many people have small businesses is because they treat it small. Why are our traditional small businesses, why are they massive? Because we operate them on systems and we treat them as big businesses. So where most people run on a 2 to 3% profit, we do nothing under 30. That's a lot when you're dealing with tens and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. That's a lot. Because exactly what we teach is exactly what we live. And the systems that we apply in our other businesses, we learned in this industry. And so that's why when I talk, they transcend. Because principles transcend. They're not one dimension. Why do we live our lives one dimension? We're not supposed to. Why do we talk one dimension? We're not supposed to. You're unrelatable when you talk one dimension. How many understand what I'm talking about? So, we tell people you need to invest $10,000 to $12,000 your first year. If that knocks them out, listen, I'll give a person $1,000 to quit. It'll save me a lot of time and money. For real, I know you think that's crazy. You gotta understand, my time's valuable, so is yours. So is yours, so is yours. My time's no more valuable than you. You know why? There's only 168 hours a week. There's only 24 hours in a day. Do you know for 33 years, I've been trying to get more time out of a day and I can't? I've been trying to get more time out of a day and I can't. Why? Because life's that good. I want more time. But if you see it big, treat it big, it'll become big. And it's all about this right here. It's all about this. We teach people a principle that our mentors taught us. 10, 10, 10, 30, 40. That's how you develop wealth. If you live your life on 10, 10, 10, 30, 40, you can develop wealth. We're not interested in teaching you how to make money. We want to teach you how to become wealthy. Big difference. Money comes and goes, wealth doesn't. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
Repeat it after me. 1, 2, 3.
Money comes, wealth doesn't.
She still turns me on.
Hey Frank, tell them when you understand how things work, everything works.
Yeah. When you know how things work, everything works. Once again, it's all about understanding. It's all about here. Do you know you win here first? You always win here first. Why have we spent January 16th, this 34 years that we have been investing in this? Do you think 2 kids that come from nothing just naturally wake up and think like this? No. No. We've invested hundreds and millions of dollars into this. Going here, going there, just like he talks about sitting under Kiyosaki. We've sat up under all these people for 3 decades. And we got to pull your teeth to come to a convention so you can learn how to become wealthy. Amazing, ain't it? Oh, I don't think I need to go to that one. I've heard that Rick Gutman 100 times on that computer thing. I've had idiots tell me that. I want to choke them out. It's the truth. You know why? You want me to tell you? Don't tell me. I'm going to tell you something. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me something you ain't. Oh, it's Rick. He'll be on next Wednesday. He'll be on Tuesday. You should be on there every time he's on there. Until you can walk the life and live the life and have the life, you need to hear everything that comes out of his mouth every time he opens his mouth. You know what my mentor told me? Shut up. Look where you got yourself in a world of mess. Boy, you don't understand. It was a mess. And I know you don't like to hear this, but I'm not here to tickle your ears. I want to prepare you. We want to prepare you to win. Life is about winning. It ain't just about sucking up your oxygen. If that's what it's about, I'm ready to check out and go home to be with the King. I want heaven on earth. I want the best of the best now for my wife and my kids. If that's greedy, I'm greedy. See, talking about money, they told me, Ken, you can't talk about money. I said, why y'all going to work tomorrow? I said, why y'all going to work tomorrow? Don't tell me what I can and cannot talk about. I'm free. Here it is, 2019. It's not everything, but it rates up here with oxygen. You know slavery's not over. We sell ourselves to the highest bidder. How much you going to pay me? Well, give me $25, $35, $35. Oh, I'll go to work for you. How many know that is a truth ratio? 1, 2, 3. It's amazing how many movements that we give to somebody else. It's amazing how many movements, how many thoughts we give to somebody else. How many tireless nights we give building somebody else's dreams. And when you get into an opportunity like this that can set you free, see, we are a product of the system. There's zero special about us. We are a product of the system, me and the redhead. Then you get into an opportunity like this and you want to pick and choose, but you'll let somebody put the horse and pony show and the bell around your neck. They'll let you push the buzzer at 8 o'clock in the morning or whenever they tell you to be there. And you'll work harder for somebody else's dreams than you will your own dreams. You know what that is? That's a thinking problem. That's a believing problem. Tell you what it is, you're thinking wrong, and two is you're believing you ain't worth it. To change where me and my wife come from, I was willing to work 24/7, 365. I was willing to die trying just like dirt, like what you said. You're 100% right, sir. What you said in the rest of it. But you got to be willing to invest. Every penny that you bring in, here it is. You ready? You want here, write the principle down. I give it to you 100 times, but here it is. 10, 10, 10, 30, 40. Watch this. Give 10 to anything you believe in. A good cause, your church, whatever you believe in. It's a principle. Now there's a lady, she came up to me today at the service. Where's she at? Is she in here? It told me something today.
Me?
You're fixing to tell them this. Yeah, I know you're scared to death, but Rick, this was powerful. It was what was taught in Chicago. Changed the lady's life. Now listen, give 10. Blow 10. Because you want to have fun. Hey, making money and going down the path of success, and if you don't smell the roses when you get there, I promise you, you'll be miserable. I've been that guy. I know it's like, well, listen, you know how many millionaires and billionaires go to bed lonely? You know how many are taking pills and thinking about blowing their brains out? It's not all about that, people. But these principles, that's what it's about. And principles govern success. So what do we do with the first 10?
Yeah.
You know why? It's seed. And he tells us to. First fruits. 2, we blow 10. Have fun. The next 10, we save. You ready? 30, you reinvest in your business. 40, you live off of. You'll never develop wealth living off more than 40% of your income.
And you'll never develop debt.
Hold on.
You'll never develop debt from living off of 40.
How many hundred? That's principles, financial, that will develop wealth in your life.
Stop right there. So everybody, you don't need to do show of hands.
You don't need to do show of hands, but every one of us in this place should ask ourselves, am I doing that right now? Does my business and my life and my lifestyle reflect that now? And if it's a no, or if it's a partial yes, that will explain your rank.
Say it again.
So every single person in this room should ask themselves, am I doing that right now? If it's a no, then you know what you have to improve. If it's a partial yes, I'm doing some of it, but not all of it, it will explain your rank. Because it describes the way you approach business. This is why we say, once you understand how things work, everything works. Have you ever noticed that entrepreneurs, they go from one vehicle to another vehicle to another vehicle and continue to have success? You're like, why? How is it that we always say on my family, you know, they didn't come from money. They're just like, oh, that's so and so. They can fall in a pile of crap and come out smelling like a rose. Right? Sorry for that, but that's the truth, right? How many times do we say that over and over and over again in our family instead of going, I wonder what they have that I don't have. And what happens in this industry, and I want you guys to really understand this, is that there's a transference that's happening. So when people say, like he was saying, you know, I've seen so-and-so say this 10 times, 100 times, I don't need to go to an event. Until you carry what your mentor carries, you need to be at everything.
100%.
That's the transference. So you can basically go through the ranks and say, who's carrying more of the content of what's being taught? And those that have that are carrying more have the largest businesses, right? Now, if you only have the theory and you're not putting it into action, you can have more content and understanding, but there's a wall of fear that's blocking you from going out and making it happen, right? So you want to carry whoever, you know, whether it's Crown or whatever it is, if you want to carry what Shelley carries or whatever your mentor is, if you want to carry what they carry, then you got to do what they do. You got to have you'll have what they have when you have the same content on the inside of you that they do. And the closest ones to that content are the ones that have the largest businesses and the largest ranks. And they're doing it without fear. Can you see that? So we're all on this journey of trying to carry more of what we're learning. In our case, we really speak against being personality driven. The system is the mentor with us. So if you took a snapshot of my life prior to my years with Kiyosaki, no, I'll go before that. Prior to my first mentor, I had context, but I didn't have content.
Big difference.
So context is on the outside of the cup, content is on the inside of the cup, right? So I was a traditional business owner, you know, remodeler, you know, not even quite developer, just a person that you would hire to do room additions and things like that, tile, granite. My businesses owned me, but that's all the content that I had. As soon as I spent time with somebody on a daily basis that said, no, don't do it like this, do it like this. Within 10 months, I had $1 million and $3 million in real estate. I started to gravitate, and I was with him every single day. Because I wanted to know what he knew. We traveled together, we ate together, we got up early in the morning, had coffee together. Like, I loved it when we were on the road stuck in traffic. That's the only time in my life I enjoyed being stuck in traffic, because I had him right next to me. I could just ask him so many questions. And then I wanted it so bad that everything he told me to do, I turned it into action. Until I began to have my own experience, and he would say, Rick, trust me when I tell you this, you need to go out and get your butt kicked as many times as you possibly can with the content that I'm teaching you. And then you will come to a place after wins and losses that you can order your associates to do something, and they'll do it. Why? Because they know you have experience. They know that you're a veteran. Now, he wasn't in network marketing. He was a real estate investor and developer, and diamonds and gemstones. So he didn't use words like influence. Influence is a big word we use in network marketing. But what he was teaching me is, if you do these things over and over and over again, and you get some wisdom in that area, you start building influence, and your friends will see that you're not going to get involved in something that's hokey. So then when you say, I put my stamp of approval on this, they'll do what you're doing. right? But I was inseparable from him for 2 straight years. Everything he told me to do, and this is what my deal was with him. And some of you know this. So I would do all the work, he would teach me, and we'd split everything 50-50. So in the beginning, when we sat down with people and developers and investors and land projects, I would just listen to everything he said. And I feel like everything was against me when I was trying to learn this stuff, because he didn't show up in a suit. He would have baggy sweats that were hanging off him that didn't match his shoes. I'm not sure if his socks were even the same. He'd wear some hat that looked like he was an artist from Italy and a big overcoat. And he had more money than everyone we were sitting down with. I'm talking brokers and everything. He would sit down with Hollywood people that do 30, 40, $50 million products, and he had more money than all of them. I remember going up to his house one time and seeing a $90,000 check written to him floating in the gutter. He didn't even know he lost it. Wow. Oftentimes I'd come to his house, there'd like be $100 bills in the gutter, and he didn't even know he was falling out of his pockets, right? He was very sloppy in many areas, but when he spoke according to his office,
yes,
man, you could hear a pin drop.
Yes.
Because he knew his stuff. And we would walk into office and I'm like, man, I don't know how they're gonna deal with Mike. Like, this is a very professional office. When you walk in, you're like, man, these people dot their I's and cross their T's, and wait till they get a hold of Mike. Wait till they get a load of Mike. And I could see when we would sit down, it was immediate judgment, right? He probably weighed 420 pounds at the same time. So he's getting judged in all of these areas, just walking through the door, and I'm walking through with him, right? I know, I'm very aware of people and the way they think and all of that, right? So I'm thinking this is gonna be interesting. And by the end of the conversation, they would check him in certain things and he would go, no, it's actually not like that, it's like this. And he would bring a definition behind everything he said, and it was so proven that he would silence all of his critics and their mindsets. By the end of those meetings, they all wanted to do what Mike wanted to do. Wow. So I was with him so much for this one purpose. I was after what he carried until I had what he had. And so I was so driven by that, because I worked so hard for so much less, that I wanted what he had, but I knew that I could not have this until I had this. I couldn't have the bank account until I had it here. And so everything he told me to do, and I was fearful. You guys know I'm a textbook introvert. And you think I'm a textbook introvert now, like it was sad back then. But I wanted to change my life so badly that I was willing to push myself through doors of fear that I was petrified of. And then it came to a place where I no longer needed him to sit down and do the talking for me, because I had my butt kicked enough wins, enough losses, that I would show up to his doorstep with checks, right? Checks, $100,000 checks, $25,000 checks, $30,000 in cash, box full of cash, knock, knock, knock. And finally after that, he hadn't been involved for a year. And I would just drop it off and he'd say, Rick, finally, and like, look, you don't need to bring me money anymore. Like, you're doing enough, you've done enough, right? We've made some money together. I want you to keep it all now. But I wanted to honor my covenant with him.
Yes.
Because I was so thankful, and this is the heart of what I'm trying to say. I was so thankful for the content that he gave me that would always allow me to make a good living, because it had the keys to wealth in them, right? And so from there, then I stepped in with my 5 years of Kiyosaki. That changed everything. And then when I stepped into network marketing, it gave me that unfair advantage, because I knew how things worked. And when you understand how things work, then everything works, right? So you had that influence. So nobody could ever take the content away from you once you have it. Remember that.
That's exactly right.
It's not like I'm just going to study for this one test, and if we don't take this test for another year, remember, you forget it. Like, the lessons that you learn through the pain, you keep. It's like touching a hot stove. Those are some lessons you keep and you hold on to them forever, right? When you take the content and you turn it into action, and there's a mixture of pain and uncertainty, failure and victory, if you put it on, like I said, like you put it on like armor, nobody can ever take it off of you. So really, in effect, what Frank is saying is it's really about the content that you have. Once you learn this, it will reflect in your bank account, but it will not if you don't turn it into action.
Yes.
Some of the most obnoxious people in the world are those that have everything up here and they don't do anything. They're gonna tell you how to live your life. They're gonna tell you how to make money, and they're broke. They're gonna give you advice on what's real, what's not. They've done nothing. Nothing. Those people are obnoxious. It's kind of like what we talked about earlier in the church service. Knowledge unchecked, it puffs up.
One more time, Rick, tell 'em.
Knowledge unchecked. Knowledge that's not exhausted into the marketplace puffs up. You get prideful, right? It's like if you have only knowledge, you puff up. If you only have this, right, you'll dry up. But if you have both, you grow up, right? It's the same effect when you're building your business in this industry, is that you don't want to just have it in here. You don't want to be a professor talking about business who still makes $60,000 a year. You want to be the person that's out there in the marketplace, doing war in the marketplace, working for time freedom, and you're looking up and you're like, wow, I made $10 million last month and I have 100% of my time. That's what you want, because you've done it over and over and over again, right? And I never could understand when my first mentor said, he said, I work as hard for a $100 bill as I do $1 million. And I never could understand what the heck he was talking about. Well, why don't you
That's
elaborate?
good, because you know what?
Yeah, just on that one point, and Kim can go, just on that one point, people ask, why are you still doing all the things you're doing? Watch this, we've had our freedom, time strength and financial strength for 25 years. We still own bunches of companies outside of networking. I've never done networking full time. Made bucket loads, dump truck loads of money.
We do it full time.
We do it full time.
We do this full
Time.
and we
This
do
is our passion.
We do traditional business part-time.
Now, I'll explain what she means there. This is our passion. See, as Rick says, once you understand how it works, it all works. You hear me? That is the truth. Making money, once you understand that, it's easy. But you get to a point where you get to do what you're passionate about. I've never been able to affect and infect other people in my traditional businesses. Everything that we've learned has come from this forum. From this forum. We didn't have the experiences that Rick had. What built us was the people we listened to, the books we read, and the people we hung out with. That's the real system to creating wealth. That's the system. Why? Because creating wealth is all about personal development.
Those things are what created the content. What Rick's saying is the people, the mentors that we had in our life, the books that we read, the information that we listened to, and then the action that we went out and put it into action. That's what built content in us. That's where it came from. And all we did then was take that content and put it into our traditional businesses. That's all we did. And so now we run our traditional businesses, small businesses, on a large business platform. And so we have the time freedom because of that. We would have never have learned that. We'd have never been able to experience that without putting that content into us and learning that from a mentor, learning that from someone who had already done it. And so,
learning from somebody that's done it's the key. We have social media out there. Me and Rick, we laugh a lot of times. We see people out there, they talk like they've done this, that. Listen, I've been in the industry, I've run for watch this, the number one guy in the world for 55 years, all income earners. My other guy was the top 3 in the whole world of income. Watch this, there's a lot of fake phonies and frauds. Hey, be careful who you listen to. This is safety. This is safety. This is safety. You may understand what I'm talking about. But the key thing, what I was gonna say earlier, before I was gonna give it to Mike, is experience trumps it all. What Rick's talking about, his life experiences. He teaches, and we teach, not from here, but from our experiences. And when you teach from experiences, that's the point of power. Listen to me. The point of power is not knowledge. See, some of you are so full of knowledge that you're stopped up. You constipated yourself. You got so much knowledge. When you teach from the point of experience and you talk from a point of experience, that's the power. And that's what our mentor told us all them years ago. You know what? He says, Frank, it's simple. He says, until you walk like me, talk like me, act like me, he said, you're never going to make the money I make. True story. Like it or not. Rick's where he is because the people he's listened to, the people that have influenced his life.
Stop it there. So, no, sorry.
No.
I want to get this back to you. I just want to say stop right there real quick. Again, ask yourself, like, what don't I know? Do I carry what Frank carries? Do I carry what my mentor carries? Do I carry what Melissa carries? Do I carry what Kimberly carries? Do I carry what these leaders have? If it's a no, then that should be in your mind. It should be, wow, I have room to grow. That's a yes. That's an invitation to learn more. Because when you do, it shows up in your bank account, right, Kimberly? Okay, a heart of every team is what? Trust.
Yes.
Kimberly trusted every single thing I told her.
Trusts, present tense.
So, and put it into action. So if you look at the other leaders around the room, I'm sorry, I don't like to bring up even one leader because then I have to name everyone because I feel like I leave somebody out. But we have a room full of leaders here.
Yes.
But the question you need to ask yourself is, okay, so if I know what they know, I will have what they have. The answer is yes. So why would you quit?
That's right.
Why would you go, Kimberly, go over here? Well, do I know what they know over here? No, I don't. So until you know what they know, you won't have what they have. But that makes it real easy for me. In my mind, I go, okay, that's why I'm not making the money I want what Shelly has. I want a massive, organization that goes, I want 20 diamonds. How many of you want 20 diamonds? Yeah. Okay? So I want to understand the culture. I want to understand the type of people she's going after. I want to know what she's saying. So until you know what they know, you won't carry what they carry. Therefore, your bank account won't look like theirs. But as soon as you identify what you don't have, now you can fix it.
Yeah.
When you identify what you don't have, now you can fix it because you're standing in front of people that go, this is all I do. I do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, well, I don't know it as well as you do, but I'm rehearsing it.
That's right.
What I love about this business and I love about our system, like this is the first true tried and true Black Diamond system I have ever seen in my 15-year career. That if a person takes this, what we teach them, they can apply it into all the different areas of their life and in all the other businesses of their life. They have 20 businesses outside of what they learned in network marketing. There it is again. If you know how things work, everything works. So this fires me up.
Yeah.
It fires me up because I know that there's nothing deceptive in the way we teach. Time is the friend of education. It's the enemy of what? Hype. It's the enemy of emotionalism.
Yes.
It's the enemy of, I have a big leg I can put you in.
Say that again.
So time is the friend of education. Why? Because education and application, those two are brothers or sisters. Politically correct. So time is the friend of education and application. And so as you apply that, learn it and apply it, it makes you better. Time will always make friends with you. You're always going to end up being more effective. When you're more effective, you're able to bring more people in. When you know more, you have more experience, you communicate the industry better, you understand the mechanics better, you can scale your business better. You understand what won, what worked, what didn't. Now there's a dynamic. When I do this, when I say this, what kills morale, what strengthens morale. I'm getting better, and every time I'm more effective, I become full of that capacity that we talk about. Your capacity is equal to your income.
Absolutely.
You should write that down. And don't stop until that changes in your life.
That's right. Say it again.
Your capacity is equal to your income. Your capacity is no different than the education that you learned when you got your degree. Your degree can only pay you so much,
That's right.
right? In this business, we have a business that brings unlimited income. So if I strengthen my social skills, I can make more money. If I can strengthen my listening skills, I can be more effective. If I know how to explain the industry and communicate the industry and the brand better than everyone else, I become more effective than everybody else. There's a dollar attached to every bit of that.
Yes.
Can you see that? So your capacity is a type of degree without limitations. Can you see that? When you see the Warren Buffetts of the world and the Richard Bransons of the world, many of them didn't even finish college. Many of them dropped out, never finished, went past the 8th grade. How come their earning power is so much stronger than everybody else's? Capacity equals income.
Yes.
But we're so locked in, well, this is what a degree, and this is what it'll pay me. No, degree is no different than capacity. One will put limitations on your life, and one will open up all the heavens. Do you realize that you can get paid a great deal of money because you have great social skills?
Yes.
So why not apply those social skills in something that can give you an unlimited income? That's why I love network marketing.
That's right. Yeah.
The better I am at persuasion without deception, the more effective I am, the more transparent that I am, and the greater authority that I carry. Can you see that? So you get to take your capacity and turn it in effect, you're able to take capacity and turn it into money. But I know that we're focusing on money right now because we're focusing on businesses, but the byproduct of all that is you get to help people out of a lot of their issues in life. When a person says, you know what, I have poor social skills, I need to strengthen that. It's more than ironic that they're not hooked up in drama that much anymore.